Okay, you can see the work that I completed yesterday, which was adding all of the paper around the outside. This little bump you see here, this is a little piece of plastic or glue that was holding on the handle of the bag, and you can still kind of see it. I'm just going to go with it. I really wanted the outside of this piece to not hide what it is. Does that make sense? I'm using this brown paper. I did turn it the other way. I didn't like the print on the bags. Although I think I may explore some more of that in another piece. All of these are glued down. I made sure that everything is kind of notched and is ready to go for the large pieces of paper that I'm going to be putting around these sides. And as you can see, here are the bottom pieces. These little pieces right here are just to ensure. These I put in first. Sometimes people put them in second. I put them in first because otherwise I'm going to forget them. The little pieces that go here, because you have to cut. I had to cut this at an angle. There's going to be a little pieces of the cardboard kind of peeking out, and I didn't like that, so I put these down first. I don't mind them so much because the inside is going to come within about a centimeter of centimeter and like 1.1 centimeters, a centimeter plus a millimeter. And you can see these pieces here. I just have these dry fit in. I'm not too hung up on that not matching exactly because I have plans for this anyway, if that makes sense. I may be taking it, actually not may, I am. You can see it's one width of cardboard here. I'm going to take it up one more width of cardboard and put another piece underneath it because I need this to be a little thicker because I have some pieces that are going to be held in place with holes that I put here, if that makes sense. So I need more of a bottom piece on it. But if I come in here and start pulling them out, you can see they just pop right out. Now these are the panels. These are the panels. I just took carton board and attached it to a piece of corrugated cardboard. These pieces are going to be covered with a painted paper and then attached in place. That way I have a little bit more control over how it's painted, if that makes sense. This will be covered with a piece of painted brown paper. Where did I put that journal? I don't know where I put it. I made a journal cover. Do I see that painted paper? I do. Here it is. This is a test I made a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I had some leftover paint from a project, and I wasn't going to use it, and it was specialty mixed. So what I did was I just, let me see if I can get this off here. I just painted a piece of brown paper, and I specifically used cool colors because I wanted to see what would happen on the brown paper, and it starts to pull through the oranges and the reds that I really like. So while this is not the exact style of painting, it's going to be abstract. This was just me quickly scribbling some stuff on some paper. I like the depth, and I like how the color sits on the paper. I also like how when you press the paper, you get a very interesting line. So this is what I'm going to use to cover these pieces here. But they'll be covered individually and then placed inside once the paper is on them, and then the paper collage. And again, my just absolutely spectacular cinematography. You can kind of see this a little better. You can see that was cut at an angle, and I really needed this little piece here to hide the fact that there's border. here. And you can see on these, I had to cobble together some smaller pieces of carton board, which it doesn't matter. I'm actually kind of pleased with how it looks, and I would like to, again, it's one of those things I'd like to explore in a future project, but not this one right now. I like the fact that it is unapologetically what it is, and I would like to do something in which I add collage or painting over the top of it, but leave it like this. Do you know what I mean? Leave the I'd still have to cover it first, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. I'll have to do some experimentation. So that's where I am right now. Today, I want to make sure that these pieces are measured and fit correctly, because they're going to have some, there's going to be boards in here, but they're going to be covered with what you call it, quilt batting and felt or fabric, probably fabric. So this box in here is kind of resting in it, and it'll be on all 4 sides. Oh, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. The back here included. I've also cut the piece that's going to be going on the back, so that's ready to go. Our internet is down right now, which is not unusual, but I'm getting a lot of little cleaning stuff done and organizing and etc. So hopefully I'll have something uploaded. Thank goodness I did all my uploading last night. I also got the doors together, and move this around. You can see, I know that I'm going to have to take out some of, on the sides here especially. I think I may be okay on the tops. I have enough room to move the door to move, but I'm worried about how the doors will, if I can get these to, doing this one-handed never works well. I'm worried that they won't have enough room for the hinge over here. And I pulled out some metal. This is the metal that I'm going to be working with. And again, it's recycled. This is just, happens to be my favorite bubble water. That's the cheap kind at Aldi. I am not going to use this side. I don't like that pattern. I'm going to use this side because I love the colors. And the hinges are going to be made out of this. I'm not going to put any of the, if I can help it, the logo pieces in here. I don't particularly like the logo pieces, but everything else I really like. So those are going to be 3 hinges, 1, 2, 3, and there's going to be one of the leaves will go back and will be a strap, and it's going to come around on the inside. I'm going to have to do a video about these because in my brain I've been composing them for quite a bit and working on them in my sketchbooks too, to see what I like and what I'm going to do. As far as what you see here, with the exception of there's going to be, like, the barrel will be here, the strap will be here, and I'm going to put 2 little doorknobs here, and I've got some contenders for what I would like to use for those. I'm really pleased with how the line work ended up on the fronts. I was trying to be really careful in putting these together and getting them the way that I wanted them. So I am beyond pleased with how those look. A very geometric, horizontal, vertical with a couple of diagonals thrown in there. So I'm really pleased with that. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting on the papers. I'm going to be putting on the back and both sides. I'm going to put on the I'm going to put on the fronts, or the insides, because remember, these are going to be like this when it's opened, or at least like this, because I want them to open fully. And then on this inside part, there's going to be another strap hinge coming in. if you can kind of imagine that. Yeah, I just gotta do something like a video on that. So it will look more like this when it's been being seen. And I'm so far really pleased with how things are going. And with the exception of probably coming in with a really sharp knife and taking off probably 2 centimeters off of each of these sides, then very carefully repapering them. That's it. Maybe more like 2.5 centimeters, millimeters, and then repapering them because the paper takes up about half a millimeter. So I'm really pleased with how things are going. And I expect to have this to the point where I can now start painting and putting the hinges together by like Thursday or Friday for sure, which I'm really pleased about because I still have almost 3 full weeks to continue working on it. So I'm really glad I did a lot of planning. So I will see you in the next video.